For real. Because you already know how these black people combat black people like me.
Black people like me, cause my skin is black and my name is J Concepts. Don't tell me you really out here crashing out over these videos, man. Matter of fact, you look like one of my favorite movie actors. You look like the T-Mo version of Chris Tucker. Like, what are you doing? I thought I seen you in Rush Hour, or should I say Money Talks? Because this is exactly what you're doing. And the funny thing is about these black people, would you go as far to say that they came from the darkness? I mean, what are you doing, man? That was like the most recent game that he played, bro, because we know this dude don't play no games, and he understands that his integrity is up for question. That's why he out here talking about this while he out here trying to play a video game. You know what I mean? You got exposed, brother. You don't play anything, man. It is what it is, bro.
It's not going to
And what's even more funny, not everybody hates Chris.
Strategic. It's not going to be smart. It's not going to be
strategic, man. This dude talking about strategy when he ain't even got one strategy game here, man. Don't act like you out here playing Command and Conquer. You play a bunch of mainstream free-to-play games. That's what you play, man. You ain't no real gamer. What are you talking about?
It's just going to be a whole bunch of calling you coon, calling you...
Matter of fact, you just gave me a good idea. How about we start calling him Jay the Concepts? Jay the Concepts. I mean, come on, man. This dude calls himself a concept, but that's just because he can't get anything finished.
Sell out, calling you, like why aren't you support your people? You know, the typical shit over and over again. You know how black people do, right?
Man.
They say the same shit over and over and over again. So it doesn't do anything for me because I know how these suburban black niggas talk.
What? I'm suburban now? They're like, oh, that's why he can afford all these game electronics. I mean, really? I'm suburban? Seriously? Is that what you're going to refer to me to it? Like, what? Like, what is this dude doing? He out here really crashing out, guys. I mean, come on, man. Suburban? That's the first time I've heard somebody call me a suburban black dude.
They do this shit all the time, even though they don't own blackness or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What?
They think because they...
I don't own it. I live it.
They own the key to black.
Just like you live it, except the difference is you don't accept that.
Of course I didn't play. Why would I play? I don't play shit I don't like. At all.
Well, apparently that ain't very much, but go ahead.
I don't. It's just like seeing a trailer for a movie, right? If a trailer looks shitty for a movie, are you going to...
Now, mind you, okay, now I agree with that. But mind you, if somebody told you, like, what do you think about the movie? You're going to go as far to say, did you watch it? Did you see it? Like, how are you going to sit there and give an opinion on something if you didn't even watch or play it or even participate in it? That's not how humans work here, brother.
No, I'm not going to do it. And 9 times out of 10, you're right for not seeing it. So
that's not necessarily true because I wasn't initially going to play South of Midnight. I decided to play it, and guess what? I enjoyed it. And what's even more ironic about that, all that woke stuff that you were saying that the game had wasn't included in the game, regardless of who you think is involved with it behind the scenes. Well, guess what? That wasn't impacted in the game. You even went as far to say that the game ain't even Southern, which is absolutely crazy. Not even to a little degree. You could just say it's a false, representation of it, but you went as far to say that no, it has nothing. I mean, bro, South is even in the name, for crying out loud, and you out here talking about how it's not from the South. Yo, come on now.
I understand why you have to play a game to know it sucks. I don't understand that. Like that.
I mean that. Hold on, what? Just like you have to play a game to completion to give a review on it. Like, what are we doing, man? Don't tell me you just be asking a bunch of random people about stuff. Hey, man, how's that pizza right there? I don't know. I didn't try it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try it for myself. Bro, people, what are you talking about? Like, so you're essentially telling me that you will take opinions from a person that didn't do anything? This is grifting at its finest, brother.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I got experience seeing movies, so I know for a fact if I see a movie to where the trailer sucks, 9 times out of 10, the movie sucks.
Well, just because the trailer sucks, that doesn't necessarily mean the movie sucks. Matter of fact, people's opinions change all the time. What are you talking about? But you can't sit there and say, oh, the movie's trash if you never watched it. Because then people that watched it will sit there and tell you, well, I watched the movie and it actually ended up picking it up. How would you know that if you didn't watch it? Like, I can't believe you're defending the concept of not having to do anything to be able to give an honest opinion as to what you've watched or played or whatever case may be. You can't sit there and say that. You can sit there and say the trailer sucked, but do you know specifically where it's trash? No, because you didn't watch it. You didn't play the game. This is my whole argument, bro. I don't care if you don't like the game. I don't even care if you don't like the gameplay, but it's the fact that you kept saying that the game was woke when I'm sitting there telling you that there's no woke elements in the game, which also would mean that you was wrong in what you said. Now, you not liking the game, that's perfectly fine, brother. I've had people tell me that they don't care for the game, but they wouldn't sit there and go as far to say that it's woke. A lot of people talk about, oh, well, the gameplay is kind of mediocre. It's kind of stale. It's kind of bland. Okay, that's a fair criticism because a lot of them actually went on and played it. But you didn't do any of that, brother.
Look, why would I waste my time? Why would I do that? And yeah, I would still say this shit looks like it's garbage. And I was correct. There's a lot of people not playing it.
That doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of good games out there. Matter of fact, when Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out, that game is not going to be trending. People are probably going to play it. The diehards are going to love it. But guess what? The vast majority of gamers are not going to play it. That doesn't necessarily mean the game sucks. Jay, the concept. See, this also goes to show you that this dude is not a real gamer, bro. We know why you do it, just like the rest of these DEI channels, to get fake outrage for your YouTube channel. That's all it is, man. We get it, Timo, Chris Tucker. We know because we seen your last movie, and it was called Money Talks.
I'm validated here. I'm 100% validated. You said, would it be possible if you still wakes the deep? What is that? I waited 2 weeks to suggest it. Nothing authentic about Southern game is crazy. I'm in New Orleans, bro. I actually got family in New Orleans. I got family all down south. So I already know what I'm talking about, though, because I have family reunions down south every single year.
That doesn't mean anything, because at the end of the day, because if this is what we're doing, because this is something that you said, what do those Canadians know about Southern culture? Well, what does America Sucker Punch know about Japanese culture? Because they made a game based off Japanese themes. You guys are all doing the same thing. Matter of fact, let's go talk about San Andreas and how white people made a character that happened to be black, and yet they got urban culture for that game of Los Angeles. It's the same thing, bro. You out here complaining about this. Todd McFarlane was, what did he know about being a strong, masculine black man? What about Pulp Fiction? What about all these great movies? Oh, I guess I can't watch them because it's all directed and made by the white man. You know, like, bro, this is so stupid, bro. And this is the reason why people are starting to realize, like, these type of channels are just not good for the gaming community, man. Because once you start seeing past that, you're like, yo, ain't none of these channels legitimate, man.
Every year, in all parts of the South. Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Texas, Georgia.
Do you understand how many Japanese games that come out that have Western influence, but yet you accept that ideology? Like, you accept that. Because that's what's even more crazy about it. Like, you play a bunch of Japanese games that have Westernized influence, like Resident Evil, for example. Well, I guess why did Capcom didn't put an Asian guy in it? I'm just saying, because if these are the complaints that we doing, considering that they don't know what they know about Western culture, they don't know, then at this point, then everything's woke, according to your logic. This is what people are trying to tell you, brother. But you ain't listening. You could have sat there and said, you know what? I see where this dude's coming from. Maybe not everything's woke. There's something that I found out. Okay, this game wasn't particularly woke. I still don't enjoy Sweet Baby Inc., and I don't like a lot of the things they work on. Perfectly fine. But unfortunately, you want to, double down on this and on this stance and think that you're correct. You're not.
Even in West Virginia,
you didn't even play it. Now, mind you, you're saying that everybody's saying this, but it seems like the only ones that are saying it are the ones that have this agenda in Sweet Baby Inc. Now, keyword, people like yourself.
Okay. Let's say if he's telling the truth, right? I'm the only one saying this, right? I guess I'm the only one saying this, right? Apparently. Let's check one more time. And this is like, oh my God. Holy shit. I'm the only one saying this?
What are you talking about? This has nothing to do with what we're talking. This is completely irrelevant, bro. Just because you think people ain't playing the game doesn't necessarily mean that's what people are saying. All I'm alluding to is the fact that it seems like the ones that are hating the game seem like to be the ones that ain't playing it, and the ones that are running, the dudes that are running these DEI channels, which that's what you're doing, right? Would you clearly say that that's what your channel's all against? DEI, we don't like things. Okay, fine. I have nothing wrong with that. I actually agree with some of those points. But all I'm saying that those things ain't in South of Midnight. And also, too, just you bringing this up, I mean, Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to probably be very much, maybe a little higher, but very similar to this. But that doesn't necessarily mean the game sucks because people choose not to play it. Gaming is casual. Why do you think most people play free-to-plays? I shouldn't have to give you a lesson in gaming. You already know as to why people don't experiment and try out new games. You get what I mean? Like, we shouldn't even have this conversation, but apparently you want to.
if this game was so fucking stunning and brave, 9 out of 10s, this is the only 9 out of 10 game I can see pull these type of numbers.
That's not true, because Silent Hill was a very good game, and guess what? Silent Hill, look what happened to that franchise. It's just finally getting rebooted now. So you can't sit there and say that is what defines a bad game. Because most real gamers will sit there and tell you, just because a game doesn't sell or not enough people are playing it. So would you go as far to say that Ninja Gaiden 4 is trash because nobody else will be playing the game in comparison to Call of Duty? We already know why that is the case. One, because it's a much more difficult game. It's not very accessible. If you notice, a lot of the games that people play are easy, free to play, easy access games. These are the type of games that most casual gamers like to play. So you would go as far to say that Ninja Gaiden 4 is a bad game because not enough people are playing it? See, that's what I'm going to have to argue for. Like, what are you doing, bro?
How many people have seen a 9 out of 10 game to where nobody wants to play it?
Trust me, I've God Hand. I can give you several examples. Clock Tower 3. There's a bunch of different games, especially on PS2, that a lot of people didn't support, and they're great, incredible games. This has no relevance as to what I'm even talking about, bro. This doesn't, like, you should have brought up an interview or maybe some comments of people saying that the game was trash and woke, but instead you out here bringing numbers that is completely irrelevant to what I just said.
Have you ever ran into that game before?
I ran into countless.
Like, collectively. Like, if I'm the only person, if I'm not in the majority, right?
Oh, keyword. So you just admitted. You just admitted that you're a sheeple. You're a human sheep, is what you're saying. The vast majority. So you want to be a part of something. Okay, I find that ironic considering that ain't none of you guys was playing Elden Ring until that game came out. You know how many From Software games that were coming out in light of Elden Ring, even back as far back to the PS1, and you people didn't start playing it now until Elden Ring got easier? So right there shows you, and also too, it came out at a time when there wasn't really that many games. But still, From Software people do support their games. But I'm just saying, that doesn't mean the game is good because of that. So according to your logic, Roblox is the best game ever made because that's what people are playing. It don't even matter what it is. Oh, Roblox. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, it's popular. It doesn't matter. It's the majority. It's the majority.
If I'm the minority and you're the majority, apparently, right? Apparently, I'm just a shield. That's just, like just trying to push a narrative. And I'm speaking for only a small group of people. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Where is everybody? Where's everybody? And don't bring up Game Pass. Don't bring up none of that shit. Because there are games that launched like Ninja Gaiden.
Well, what's even more funny about this, you actually made this before the game even came out, which is crazy. You would have had to buy the early access version of the game to even get to these Steam charts or whatever. But still, nobody really cares. Like I said, I'm not sitting there saying it's a system seller. I'm fully aware that most people wouldn't find the appeal of this game, considering that everybody's so caught up with Call of Duty, Roblox, Grand Theft Auto, Madden, 2K, Apex, you name it. I'm fully aware of that. I don't need a person like you explaining that to me.
On PC and Game Pass, like on Game Pass or whatever the fuck, that got higher numbers than this. So don't give me that shit.
So it's about the numbers then. So we're going to use numbers to say that a game is good? Really? Do you really think a real gamer would say that? You know how many movies that I watched that were poorly rated, like Total Recall and all these great movies that just got poor ratings? That's why they have that saying, everybody's a critic. Because you guess what? Matter of fact, some of the worst rated movies are some of the best. If you take the time to watch them, that's facts. Oh, but it didn't get no Grammys. It didn't get no Emmy. This what we doing, guys? And the funny thing is you want to bring that up, right? You had a game like Astrobot that got Game of the Year, and guess what? Only 1.5 million people bought the game. You know the game that actually was successful? Was Black Myth Wukong, but guess what? No Game of the Year. So if this is what we're doing, you don't make sense.
Stop it. You're coping.
I'm coping.
You are not the majority. You are the minority.
I'm fully aware of that.
Like, what are...
But I'll say one thing. I'm not going to base a baseless review or say something baseless on a game that ain't true. That is what you did, dude. You're perfectly fine in not liking the game, but when you go as far to say that it's woke, that's when people are going to start calling you out. I can't wait for the Blade game to come out and y'all like, oh, that's woke. I can't wait. And I know I said it and I know y'all going to do it, which is even funny because y'all try to do it with Indiana Jones and people had to humble you, be like, yo, relax, man. Like y'all throwing this woke term like way too much. People are starting to take notice of this, brother. You should have did your due diligence. You should have done your research and realized like, okay, not every one of these games is woke. You should have done that, but no, you didn't.
I might be doing this.
I don't personally care about what they do.
People who are normal can get it. But the
So
reason
only normal people can get this. Only normal people?
why people
Come
like
on, man.
him still don't get it is
No,
because
I don't get it because I'm just playing games, bro. That's all. That's why I don't get it. It's that simple.
he's a hive mind. That's it. I'm talking about rational, not emotional, normal middle people. Those are the people who's going to look at what I'm saying and be like, maybe there's something to what he's saying. Maybe I should check this out. Because you're a normal person. You're not just trying to shield.
But honestly, most normal people don't research anything. That's why we're here with this video. That's why we here saying the game was woke when it clearly wasn't. And people out here calling you out for it.
And protect the side. That's what.
No, I'm not protecting no side, bro. Because I've actually stated several times that yes, they are woke agendas pushed in games. Ain't nobody downplaying that. All I'm telling you that these woke agendas that you're talking about ain't in South of Midnight. That's all I'm saying. And you're sitting there taking it to a whole nother level. Oh, it's, you know, what was your whole point of saying it's DEI then? Besides the woman being you know what? What was the point? What made you decide to say that about this game in particular when you didn't even play it? You didn't even give the game an opportunity. You look at one trailer and say, oh, I know everything about the game. Clearly, you know more about the game than I do, even though you didn't play it.
Come on now. These numbers tell everything you need to know. This game is not popular at all. Nope.
I don't care if the game's not popular. I still enjoy the game. You know what's another game that's not popular? God Hand. I still love it. You know another game that's not popular? Silent Hill 3. Absolutely love the game. Just because the game's not popular doesn't mean it's not good. See, I think this is another thing that a lot of you, well, he's a fake gamer, but there's a lot of fake gamers that do this. I only play 9s and 10s. Like, bro, what are you people doing, man? Matter of fact, I would say review scores is pointless. And then he goes as far to say in this video, oh, well, he's not part of the problem. Well, then who are you referring these videos to? Because clearly it ain't for gamers.
Nobody likes it, so stop it.
Nobody likes it, but I enjoyed it. That's still somebody. Sentiments that they do push.
Step game, what's going on, bro? Greenskin, what's good? He said the only game that's a 10 out of 10 is Mass Effect 2. That's debatable, too. I would actually say that that's more the case rather than the Final Fantasy games. So I would rank that above that.
Ideologies in some of these games. But all I'm saying is that none of these woke ideologies that you people like to complain about.
Why is he saying ideologies like that? You don't know how to say ideology?
They do, and I do agree with some sentiments that they do push woke ideology.
What the fuck is ideology? What the fuck is that?
This guy, Chris Tucker, has nothing, man. This is crazy, bro. The fact that he's going to focus on something like that. Bro, I really thought he was going to address some good points with the video, but instead he made it about something else. Calling people mentally unstable just because people don't agree with you, bro. Come on, man. You sound like you're under the spectrum. You've had people in my comment section getting mad because I enjoyed a game that you didn't like. And what's even more funny about it, ain't none of you guys even played the game. That's what makes it worse. You guys want me to hate a game that I actually played and enjoyed while you guys didn't play anything. Like, come on, man. Come on with this.
Say that one more time, bro.
This is ridiculous.
Care about what they do. Well, I have an ideology for disputing their ideology. Bro. Oh, my God, bro. Okay, we're going to give him 2 more minutes, all right? 2 more minutes. Focusing on what he's... You know, how he's talking, the type of mannerisms that he's talking in. I can kind of tell there's something going on up here. Like, so...
Yeah, we can clearly see that I'm under this man's skin. And what's even more laughable about this, bro, you trying to discredit somebody, man, over some video games. But there's some proof that we do know. You got a level 1 on Steam, and you got 22,000 gamers score on Xbox, bro. Those are the platforms you play on. Now, people can sit there and take that as if he's a respectable gamer or not. But, man, level 1 on Steam, bruh. That don't sound like a person that plays and finishes and completes games, man. I'm just saying. So when you sit there and you want to have these arguments with people that actually do game in this community, and you can't sit there and say, I don't do it, because you just said, oh, I'm a gamer, I know about these things, and you sitting here with a level 1 on Steam, real gamers are going to question that.
This isn't fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I kind of don't even want to even say anything like that to him. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll just... Oh, man.
Oh, man, with the guilty conscience.
Okay.
Guilty conscience.
But I think he does have something going on. Like,
Did you put it in your hands? Did you actually play the game?
Look at his eyes, bro. I want you guys to peep this. Look at his eyes, like, because he know he got exposed when I said this. Just look at his eyes.
What a real gamer would do. You did not do that.
Look at that.
So therefore,
look at Timo Chris Tucker. Look, like you can see the eyes bouncing back and forth because he knows what I said was right. You did not play the game. Therefore, you have no opinion on the game. You didn't even give the chance. I don't care. Like I said, if you don't want to support it, just stand. You talk about how you a man. How about you just stand on what you say? You didn't even do that, bro. You ran with narratives just like everybody else in this community with these DEI channels, and you talked about something you did not know nothing about. It is what it is, bro.
Not even entitled to your own opinion. It's
Damn.
not credible. That's like saying,
he felt that.
Completed, guys. Do you think anybody would want to? Do you think I would?
Oh yeah. He had to stop it right there. He he had to stop it.
Number one, did I call this video a review?
It doesn't matter. You said the game was woke. I'm questioning you. Where's the woke elements? Now tell me what woke. Explain. You know what? Matter of fact, we'll end this video like this. What is woke about South of Midnight? I don't care if the game's trash. Okay, that's your opinion. Fine, that's subjective. I'm not even going to argue that. I don't care. I've had people tell me they didn't like the game, and we've had a great discussion about it, but they sat there and told me it's not woke, though. What makes the game woke to you? Tell me. Explain. Hopefully you do a response video and you can explain to me as to what makes South of Midnight woke. Because I played the game from start to finish, and I did not see any of the things that you've said in your previous videos that was even remotely close to what a woke game would even be about. That's all I'm saying, man. But go ahead, man. It really don't even have to be that complicated.
Okay, let me ask you guys on my channel. Do I have one review on my channel? Is there any video on my channel that's considered a review?
That's crazy. So everything's just in it. So there's no credibility in what you're saying now.
You're like, any?
There's no credibility.
I don't do reviews.
Yeah, we know that. And you don't play games either.
I don't fucking do them because I find them boring. And reviews are subjective.
Well, that's funny because ain't you talking about the South of Midnight? Matter of fact, ain't this the South of Midnight review? Yeah, you was talking? Bro, I don't do reviews, but I'm going to get mad at everybody else for doing a review for a game that they played that I did it. But I'm going to sit there and chime in as if I have more credibility than the guy that completed it. Bro, you just exposed yourself.
At the end of the day. As you can see with IGN, giving them a...
But at least IGN more than likely played the game while you didn't.
Game 8.
Okay.
Reviews are subjective.
I agree.
I actually find reviews pointless.
Hold on. So you find reviews pointless, but you don't find... but you also classify a game based off how many people are playing it. That like, bro, you just admit that you're a follower, bro. You're supposed to be a man.
I don't understand how people can base their purchasing decisions off of a fucking review from somebody online, Rotten Tomatoes or anything like that.
That's funny because that's exactly what you do. You want people to hate on the game based off whatever agenda that you got pushing on, so they don't play it. Bro, you know what? Just let them talk.
I don't understand that concept. Reviews mean nothing.
You're right.
It's your personal perception on which you might find enjoyable or which you don't. And most of it is based off of experience. Most of it is based off of bias. Most of it is based off of a bunch of other reasons on why you might not want to see a movie or play a game, right? Mine is because I come from the space that makes these games.
He's like a Sungrounds. Oh, you make games? He's a developer? What?
So guess what? If I wasn't saying nothing that people did not vibe with, I wouldn't have people in my fucking DMs.
So you just admitted that you grift. So if I didn't say the content and do the stuff that they said, like for example, I've had a few people that don't actually like this game, and I'm sitting there still standing on the notion that South of Midnight ain't woke. And I don't have to change my stance on the game, bro. I played the game from start to finish. I know what I see with my own eyes, bro. But clearly you don't. But you just admitted, oh, well, if I didn't say what they wanted me to say, they wouldn't watch my... Well, there's a difference. I can say what I want, and they still watch my videos.
I have developers in my emails. I wouldn't have none of this shit.
Okay, I don't know.
The market dictates who's spitting facts and who's not. It's very simple. Just like how your game is proven to be bad or good based off of sales and not.
That's not true, bro. You know it at the bottom of your heart. That's not true, bro. Just because something doesn't sell well doesn't necessarily mean it's not a good game, bro. You know how many games you would miss out on with that type of mindset that you have, bro? I already know the real game is like, yo, what is this dude talking about, bro? I like Fire Emblem. I like so many other games that people, Astro's Chain, and you're going to sit there and tell me that those games are bad because they don't have the same popularity as a Final Fantasy or something of that nature, or Mario? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Like,
You
what
lost.
are we talking about here?
You lost.
None of what you're saying is relevant whatsoever.
Really?
Strictly for the fact that they made $0.
How could you make $0 off something you push through Game Pass Ultimate? How do you make $0 from that?
I'm paraphrasing. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They didn't make $0, but they made. But for a company to not make back their money, they basically made.
They did. They made it through Game Pass Ultimate, bro. Do the mathematics. 30 million times 100. What is it? 180. Somebody told me it was 240 times 240. $240 a year. You will get the mathematics for that, brother. And you will realize, like, damn, Microsoft made the money. Even if they didn't play the game, they made their money. Even if you didn't buy it, they made their money.
Which means it sucks. What more do you want?
So I guess Roblox is the best game in the world.
Because I feel that it was good? It's a failure. It sucks. What do you want me to do? Lie? And be like, well, maybe the game was good.
No, but nobody's even talking about sales, bro. We're talking about the fact that you said it was woke, and I'm sitting there telling you it's not. That's what we talking about. I don't care about the sales. I don't even care if you like the game. All I'm saying is that you classify this game as woke, and you have not gave not one proper explanation as to what makes this game woke. That is the argument. Stop trying to spin this, bro. Like, why is he spinning this?
Maybe the game was okay. I don't know what bro. The majority of the marketplace dictated how this game is. It's as simple as that, bro.
Well, Ninja Gaiden 4 is gonna fail. That's a failure too. But guess what? I'm still gonna be enjoying it because I don't care what other people do. I'm sorry. I don't have to be a sheeple. I don't have to follow a line of sheep. I'm a man that can make my own decisions, like what you just said, right? But clearly you don't do that, man. You're following a trend just like everybody else, which is DEI content.
Oh, no. Bro, there's clearly something going on. So I'm not even going to, no, I'm not going to do that, man. No.
Bro, don't, Jada Concept, bro, listen, man, we know you try to find a way out of this. And like I said, man, I ain't even going to, do much of this, bro. Somebody told me to make a video. And like I've said, bro, I agree. I agree with a lot of the sentiments this is going on, man, because as a person that played the game, there's now nothing woke in this game. So unless you make a response video talking about, what's woke in the game, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I might find something of agreement of. But there's one thing that I know you can't do. You didn't play it. So I already know that whatever answer that you want to come up with, or it's woke this and woke that, the only thing you can say is because the lady's black. That's all you can really do. There's nothing else you can say. I play the game, so whatever lie that you think you're going to come up with a video in response to what I'm saying, go ahead, you can insult me personally. You can do all these other things, but there's one thing I do know. You didn't play the game. You looked at a trailer, and you want people to take your word for it as to why the game sucks. Oh, well, the sales. Doesn't matter. That doesn't mean the game is woke. That don't mean it's woke. So Superman 64 is woke. E.T. woke because the games didn't sell well? Bro, I'm done.